panoply of programs that carried the Channel 5 logo. We've seen nearly 100 bits and snippets of news events and sports coverage, slick detectives and inept dog acts, music and more music, lots of talk. Yet it's just a tiny survey of the shows and talent appearing on this station over the last 40 years. In traditional showbiz fashion, we've saved a few of the best for last. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Maury Amsterdam.
Oh, it's been what? I'm so enthused and I feel so great. We just came back from Florida. Tell us about it. I will, and he did. My wife and I went down, and as my mother-in-law and our son, I steered. My mother-in-law drove. And, of course, the hotel rooms, I went in, I signed the register. The manager was very nice. He gave me a room, very homey. We have little signs over the beds. Says, sleep here and the angels watch over you. A couple of them bit me. Well, I should have expected it. When I signed the register, just as the ink was drying, a cockroach walked over my name. It's not bad enough to find them in bed. They come down to see what room you're in.
I know you'll be happy to find out that the jokes you just heard have been returned to the Smithsonian Institute. Although I must say honestly that I don't think there's any such thing as an old joke if you've never heard it before. And we had a lot of them in those days, although they were new jokes in those days. Really? Yes.
Heard of Evelyn and her magic violin? Meet Maury and his miserable cello.
Now, you'll have to picture the orchestra. We couldn't get them all in the living room. But I happened to mention my friend Art Carney. When he was with me on my radio show first for about a year, and then when we moved into television, why, he came right along with us. No, Art was a very fine mimic. He's a fine musician, and he's just an all-around good talent. He's a great talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Newton, our best waiter. I like it. Newton and I have been pals for years. Is that right?
That's right.
As a matter of fact, we're kind of distantly related. You see, Newton's mother and my mother are mothers. Hey, you look real sharp.
Oh, you're looking real sharp, too, kid. But I'm telling you, every day you get to look more like Gabby Hayes.
Well, thank you.
The other regular on our show was a girl named Jacqueline Suzanne. Yeah, the same one who wrote Valley of the Dolls and a lot of other big hit books. She played kind of a, well, I guess you call it a dumb cigarette girl.
So what else is new?
What else? Oh, yes. The other day I went to my first baseball game.
Well, bully for you. How'd you like it?
Oh, it was dreadful.
What do you mean dreadful? Everybody likes baseball.
No.
Yeah.
Maury, it's the silliest thing I've ever seen. Imagine grown men running around in long stockings and little short pants from beanbag to beanbag trying to hit a poor little defenseless ball.
You don't get the idea. You see, the fellas throw...
Oh, no. And there was one man who stood there, and every time a ball was thrown, he was trying to hit it with a big stick.
That was a bat.
A bat?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see any wings on it. But they must have had
A bat. You're thinking of the kind
Oh, no. They had a very guilty conscience because every time they hit this poor little ball, they'd drop the stick and then they'd start running.
Well, you see, they make a hit.
A hit? Well, they certainly didn't make a hit with me.
Now, the kind of routines that I did with Art Carney were a little different. He was, well, I guess today you'd call him kind of sexist.
My girl's got a face like a duck. There it is.
Oh, this I got.
That's a picture of her standing next to a new Dumont television set.
Hey, looks nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah, boy, get that shape, huh? Va-va-va-boom.
Yeah, very nice shape.
Yeah.
Nice shape. On your girl?
Now, on the television set.
Looks nice.
How do you like that mahogany finish, too, huh?
Yeah, on the television set.
No, my girl.
Hey, that's a very unusual shawl she's wearing. I like the way it hangs down around her shoulders.
Shawl?
Yeah.
That's no shawl, that's a riz.
The Admiral Broadway Review was carried by both NBC and Dumont simultaneously. The reasons are lost in time. Preserved in this first show in which they are together, and they aren't together much, are Sid Caesar and Imogene Coca.
Well, fellas, what'll it be? Personally, I recommend the roast beef.
Roast beef. Roast beef. Hello, comrade operator. I would like to talk with Kremlin, 61000. Hello? I would like to talk with Marshal Joseph Stalin. Hello? Marshal Stalin? Вот вечера, краечка, люди, признаете, здрасте, да-да-да, как теперь отец, Маруська, полузни, вечера, да, до свидания, понимай, хорошо, до земли, пчеля, у правды, у Совета, у Сталина, ура, ура, ура! Listen, Joe. Да не пейте, как наите, понимай, захлюется, то кто не понизе, краится, захлюнемается, захлевай, разбит. Что же, понимаешь? А joint, файстевне, прахтаиса, да не пейте, как не ете, похлывай. But you're very hungry, как не язык лайте его не... А, да, да, Bosh!
The sketch about the waiter from the UN was a sketch that we took from Make My Manhattan. We did that, and I did another number from that. All the rest of the hour and a half was new. Everybody is so preoccupied with new. And there is new material and old material and old material and new material. What is the difference between old material and new material? Nothing. The only thing is it funny or is it not funny? That's the only difference. It was the first time I met Imogene, in fact, on the Admiral Review. Max Lieben, who really was the guiding genius behind this. He introduced the ballet to television, introduced opera. It was quite a cultural feat, and mixing that so to be entertaining also is also another kind of feat. You can make fun as a satire, which is a gentle touch, which you make fun of, but with taste. The techniques of television comedy took a giant leap forward with Ernie Kovacs. He broke out of the mold of vaudeville and was as innovative as the first directors of silent pictures. Most of us are familiar with the Nairobi Trio, Percy Dove-Thompsons, and the other Kovacs cast of characters. But I didn't remember that one of his daily shows on Channel 5 was called The Ernie Kovacs Rehearsal. For good reason. That's what it looked like. That's what it was.
And I'm having the first half of the show kinnied. You know what it cost me to talk just now for 2 minutes? About $40. Now I paid $40 to record what I just said. I say things around the house that are funny for nothing. I come down here and I can't think of anything. I'm paying $40 to have it recorded. Somebody in the audience, thank you. Somebody think of something funny because the show's being kinnied. Would you? We want to have a laugh at the opening. You, sir, have anything? Oh, here's something funny already. They can't even see the show. The monitor's not working. Could somebody plug it in for them?
Takes only to laugh.
Here it is. The plug is out in the back. Just over here, Mr. Kaminsky. Thank you, sir. This little plug here, this gadget is out. That's all.
That's all right.
It's only a small... I just want Dumont to know ahead of time that if you think I'm going to pay you for the time that you're kinning while I'm fixing up your equipment...
One of the bits that he did was to put himself into a movie. Now, very few people were doing matting, or what do they call it? Key insert, whatever it's called now. That means that you stand in front of a blue, now for the weather and whatever, it's a green background, and then you run a film behind it. Then you can walk in and out of the film. And that was first started here. And if it tore out or ripped a little bit, he didn't care. He figured nobody was watching anyway.
Very good. No. Your fingers. No, no. Do that again. No, the fingers were stiff. The fingers are stiff. That's it. That second finger is still stiff. Still stiff. Yeah. Once more. Yeah. I don't know. All right, now walk in. That's it. Walk in. And now knock at the door. Knock at the door, you dope. last time your fingers were too stiff. Make up. Wash that hand, will you? All right. Good. Okay. No, not that way. Come back. Come here. Come back. Now, this time we'll do something different. Don't take the box, see? Just reach for it and then go back. Don't take the box! Hey, don't be. This way. Okay, we're gonna knock off for lunch. Knock off for lunch. Put the box back, buddy. We're gonna knock off. Get your hands out. We're knocking off for lunch. Don't touch the box. Cut!
40 years of laughter. You know, one of the people I remembered when I was creating the character of Archie goes back to those Dumont days. I got more than one idea from Jackie Gleason's Joe the Bartender.
Sonny, come on in. Hey, you're looking pretty good, pal. What you have? Same thing? Coming up. No, the pipes are still busted. Hey, did you hear the scandal? About Bookshelf Robinson and his wife. Yeah, it happened the other day. Well, Bookshelf's wife dropped into his office unexpectedly. And she catches him with his secretary on his lap. But you gotta give that Robinson credit. He thinks fast. He made out like he didn't see her come in, see? And he starts dictating. He says, take a letter to the Acme Furniture Company. I don't care if there is a furniture shortage. I gotta have another chair.
That's a mighty slick banister. Dear old Dad, as a token of my esteem on Father's Day, may I present you with this little gift? Well, thank you, son. Say no more, my dear. Can boast of having his son save his life on Father's Day.
Hello, Mabel. It worked. The party's on. We got the whole joint to ourselves.
We seem to have come full circle. I wonder what Dr. Dumont would think now of what he began. All of us who've worked on this salute to Dr. Dumont and to Metro Media and Channel 5 have come to realize that for such a young medium of communication, Television does possess a vibrant history. In watching today's programs, we forget what they grew from, how live television honed a comic's timing, how the power and intimacy of a tight close-up changed the way a scene could be written and should be directed. We take for granted the immediacy of the news and of the dazzling technology that brings it all into our homes. I think that I'd forgotten the feeling of a band of brothers and sisters, of the closeness of the people behind and in front of the cameras, and the pure fun of early television. These recollections have been our gift to you, and to ourselves, the remembrance of 40 years of fine-tuning.
40 years of fine-tuning was brought to you by Grand Union. Find all the special prices in the store with the new Price Finder for specials. And by New York Telephone, a 9X company. New York lives on New York Telephone. And by Procter & Gamble's Pampers. America's mothers trust their babies to Pampers Dryness.
Coming up at 10, Judy Lick looks at the future of music television, and Stu reviews the Japanese movie that won the grand prize at the Cannes Film Festival this year. Join us at 10.
Flight 29, now boarding.
Have a good trip.
My wallet's gone.
What?
Check your bags.
Oh,
No, wait.
is it?
I'll check the cab.
Let's move it! No, it's not here.
Money, our traveler's check.
Traveler's checks? You can get a refund at the American Express machine inside.
No, we can't.
Sure, it's next to the...
No, they weren't American Express.
Gee, I'm sorry, folks.
Remember, American Express can give refunds at traveler's check machines in most major U.S. airports. Don't leave home without them.
Do you have a can of Goya beans in the house? You could toss a really terrific salad tonight, if you had a can of Goya beans in the house. The salad bar toss, chickpeas drained and into the salad, the one bean toss, green pepper diced, red onion sliced, and Goya small white beans. The tuna bean toss, tuna and Goya pink beans. And if you're tossing a party, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4 Goya bean toss. Goya makes 12 beautiful tossable beans. Toss them into your shopping cart. Goya, or Boya.
A brand new season on Too Close for Comfort starts October 1st.
Channel 5, 40 years of fine-tuning, Channel 5.
Come to 52nd Street and Madison Avenue, Tourneau Corner, and see the Rado Diastar Executive. It's one reason more Swiss buy Rado than any other quality Swiss watch. Rado at